Dali Iman. Badness. First of all, I forgot to remove my cap. The hair is laid, glued. Boom, boom, boom. You see the lace? Is it on? Is it on? Is it on? Did I recreate an entire look just to sit for this video? Yes, indeed. Do we know when the next video is gonna come? No, we don't. Are y'all gonna watch anyway? Yes, indeed. I missed y'all. Let me know first of all if the quality is okay, because one of the main reasons why we don't have videos right now, baby, it's because my camera that I had for the Renaissance, all that, like my camera that I usually vlog in, broke completely. RIP to her. She did her job, she did her time. I still have this one. I was using it for real and stuff like that for Halloween, making content with it, and I was like, maybe I'm too much in my head about it. I think maybe it can't work, like, you know, for YouTube in the meantime, because the girl gotta get coins for that. It's $400-500. I don't have that money at the moment, and I don't know when I'm gonna have it. In the meantime, I still want to create, so what am I supposed to do? So let me know if the quality is okay. Chit-chatting, happy new year. I'm sorry, I cannot get right away into the title. You see the title of the video, child. It's a new year, so happy new year. Hopefully the year is going good so far for you. If it's not, it's totally okay, because we were late, we see each other. But hey, I know good things are ahead for me. I don't think good things are ahead for you too, watching. But sometimes, you know, life is life. That's what's going on right now, honey boo. So you see the title, we chit-chatting and all that. We gotta get into it. First and foremost, I'm not talking about the apartment I'm in right now. I'm talking about another apartment. But let's get into this, I guess, story time, because bitch, I don't think I ever did a story time in English, because if you don't know, I'm bilingual if it's your first time watching this. So oh my god, okay, let's peel the tape. Honestly, when I was going to this, it was not funny, but hey, bear with me, because honestly, truly, it's been a minute. I'm trying to figure again where to look, because it's been a minute that I, especially sitting down. If you watch, or you're more than welcome if you have never watched my older videos just before, and why haven't you anyway? I haven't done a sit down video in a while, and weirdly enough, the last time I also had a sit down video, it was also to talk like real shit, like real life shit that was happening. At the same time, this video is in an update of that without being an update of that. Anyway, child, worst apartment ever. If you don't know, I got evicted twice. After my first eviction, I was staying with a friend. 2022, March 2022, a little before my Miami trip, my Miami vlog, for the one that watched my Miami vlog, but if you haven't anyway, a little before that, I just got evicted, but hey, I was like, still need the trip. Fast forward, June 2022, I finally got my life together, all that, and moved into an apartment. I'm gonna insert the clip so that you can see. In the meantime, I had a storage where I put everything in, child. I'm out of depression. I'm back. I'm just back, financially more stable, find a job. So the coins are coining. I have saved enough so I can get a place. Happy after all the headache. If you did apartment before, you know, kind of settle for some things, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? It's really a big apartment. It's a big place. I'm happy. I have a place again. I have a roof over my head. Thank God. I'm just happy to be here. I am not talking about this apartment the way that it is because they evicted me, not at all. I felt conflicted about starting to talk about some stuff online or anything, as I am still there, if that makes sense, but I hope that makes sense for you. One of the first things was that my window was broken, I think before or after my trip to Puerto Rico. That trip was September 2022. So the window was broken, and I remember telling maintenance to come and, like, you know, fix it, whatever, but it never came. I don't remember when in that time frame exactly, because I'm sure if I call one of my friends, she would remember. But I don't remember, between September to October, basically somebody tried to get into my apartment. I had a broken window in my, like a hole in my window in the bedroom. I never opened my window, like you see here, for example. I never opened my window in the living room, so I only opened it that one day to just see if it was working or whatever, but never locked it. Thankfully enough, I have my Google Home, just like you see, for example, by here. I had it here. I don't know how you call that, but down over there. You get the point? So anyway, my Google Home was there, and as the person tried to lift up the window, basically the Google Home just fell. Thankfully, honestly, I had nothing in the living room too, like no furniture, no nothing. A big boom, kind of echo. You had an echo in the living room. You know every noise in your place at some point. If you're upstairs, downstairs, depending on the level, but you know steps of your neighbors upstairs. You know when something fell, like what it is. Like, you know the noise in your place. So I was like, this noise is very unfamiliar to me. That's where literally 4 a.m. in the morning, I was about to really pass out. Something in my spirit just told me, like, get up. As soon as I came to the living room, I saw how the window was just starting to being lifted up. So I came, really pushed the window down, locked it, called 911. I think that place is literally the place where I learned how to call 911 because that was not my thing. I was not a go-to. I'm kind of scared of the police as a person of color and being queer a lot. So I called them, but they couldn't do anything because they tried to make me identify the person, but I barely saw what it looked like because I was so focused on closing the window. So I just know it was a black man. Unfortunately, I couldn't describe the man for nothing. Week after, something like that, fast forward to that. So now I have PTSD. Could barely sleep at night. I was sleeping a lot, honestly, only when the sun was coming up. Because of that, so paranoid every time I was like just hearing a noise. Don't forget, I told y'all my window in the room had a hole. I think I had put like something in wood, like to prevent anything, because of course I was also paranoid. Basically, somebody just put his hand in there one day and that really shook me up, and I had to go again to the leasing office and let them know that I've been telling you to come and fix my window for some times. Now this is happening. Hey, weird. I don't know how to explain that type of floor-based. But I had a neighbor just next to me, a Hispanic person, and that was actually really nice, super sweet. And at some point he moved out. You know when people move. If you have somebody moving next door to you, you would know. I heard people again in the place next to me, and it was really weird to me because I was like, I would be aware that people move back or like, you know, see something, you know, notice a difference. It seemed like people were living again next door, but I was never seeing anyone coming out. And it's not like I'm trying to watch for my neighbor, but if you're really just next to me, at some point we will cross paths or at some point I would see something. So that was really weird to me, odd, but anyway. Okay, so we are around the month of October when all that happened. October 2022. All that is happening within a month too. The window situation, the person that trespassed, homeless, because basically we found out it was a homeless people that trespassed that apartment next door to me, and so I kind of connected the dot and think that it was maybe them trying to see if the apartment next to them was also vacant. I was like, oh whoa. I don't remember if I called that one or leasing office. I think I went to the leasing office and they handled the situation. At some point, those people had a dog. Okay, I have nothing against dogs, but if you know me, I'm scared of big dogs, or I'm scared of dogs that are just not little height. Pause. I need to bring it back. I forgot one of the very important information is that the person that put his hand in the hole freak me out and all that. I naturally even don't sleep good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My sleep schedule is just all over the place. Trying to get better, but my sleep schedule is really all over the place. The more things was happening, the more I was just being paranoid and just expecting the next move. What's next? What am I supposed to expect next? So they came back to fix the window in my room. They didn't tell me, they didn't knock on my door, they didn't give me a notice, nothing. Something to just let me know. I just started hearing noise on the window. Somebody was doing something, and of course being triggered, I thought that somebody was coming to, well, do the same thing again. Somebody was coming again, or it's the same person, I don't know. And it was during the day, so I was like, it's not even nighttime. I don't even remember what I picked up, but I picked up something and like came and slammed the window. It was me. See, I'm still triggered. I came and slammed the window with it and realized that it was actually one of the maintenance guys trying to fix my window. I felt so embarrassed. I felt so whatever. I just couldn't breathe, and all of a sudden after that, I'm glad I was okay enough to make a phone call because I actually experienced my first panic attack. I didn't know what it was, so I'm glad my auntie that was on the phone with me was able to explain to me that I was just having a panic attack and kind of what to do, breathing in, breathing out. Spread the water and put some water behind your neck. That would be so good. Give it a little tips from somebody that had one. It was really unexpected, but after everything, it also made plenty of sense because I was always anxious. The fact that it was during the day, always expecting something to happen during nighttime, so for it to be daytime, I was like, whoa, I have to be on the fence 24/7. But anyway, the homeless people living next to me. Two different situations. There's the one I think from the end of October, and I think there was one again in November, because I saw from my room window how they're being put out, all that. So I was like, okay, great, I think I'm gonna feel a little more safe, even though I just heard that people were literally trespassing in an apartment next to me, so that's kind of crazy. But hey, to tell you what type of apartment complex I was in even. So they left, but the dog was still here. Around Halloween time, I was wearing some stuff, coming in and coming out, and even when they were there, that dog was kind of more on my side. Like, let's say my apartment is here to the left, kind of my little patio stuff, it would be staying on that side and sleeping on my side, compared to their door is here and their patio is here. Why is it not on their side and stuff? Well, at some point there was a pillow and it was sleeping on it, and it was sometimes even sleeping literally next to my door. door. I have nothing against them, but I didn't know him. Sometimes when he was seeing me, he was doing those, you know, those weird dog noise when they like kind of attack or try to defend themselves, or they're not really being very friendly. Now a different tension, because every time I was going out or coming in my house, I had to, I wouldn't say put a persona, but kind of thought that like sometimes, you know, you're really tired and just trying to get in, and I always had to, you know, make sure that I would say secure, kind of sort of, because I just said I'm kind of scared of dogs. That dog to me, it made me a little shaken. One day, one of the leasing person had to walk back with me because I was like, mentally, I just don't want to do it today. With that persona, when I get in my apartment, not having to think that, oh, I have to deal with this before getting in my apartment at all. I had to go with her. We went and she literally make the dog go away. I am a shaken person. It was just a lot. Like, how many things do I have to deal with in this place? Because I'm like, I just got rid of one problem, there's another problem. I noticed sometime in November, I was hearing noise again next to me. The neighbors are supposed to be gone. So what is actually going on? Something in my spirit just told me. One day I saw them or she saw me, something like that. It was something weird like that. But like I got in the apartment and they got out or something. And I was like, I know you're not supposed to live here right now. And I remember hearing somebody knocking at my door a little after. So I was like, oh, they know I'm here and they trying to act like they're neighbors, but I know you're not. You know, when somebody's moving in, you know the entire process. There's a track, there's a thing, there's a lot of back and forth. We know. So therefore I was like, okay, maybe it's different people trespassing again. Yay, yay me, woohoo. Or I had to do the entire thing again. Call the police, call the leasing office. But they didn't something right away. In the middle of November, somebody tried to go in my apartment again. Ugh, I'm just trying to cry, but it's not good memories to, you know. Tried to go in my apartment again, and this time that person was knocking at the door a lot. That time I was able to see through the thing, you know, that you come to see at the door, whatever. I don't remember the name right now, and I'm not trying to bother. I was able to this time around see exactly what the man looked like, call 911 and give a full description. And he was knocking and knocking. I was calling another friend. I'm so glad for my support system. If I had to live, even though I was experiencing this by myself as it's happening, it was good to have somebody like I could be on the phone with about that. When he stopped, I was waiting for the police or somebody to come. When they came, nobody was here anymore, and I'm gonna zoom in so that you can see that there was a Target card that I was seeing there for a while anyway now, but now he had a knife on the bottom of it. It was the day that happened. Maybe that person was trying, because I heard the lock trying to be turned. Maybe that person was using that knife trying to open my door. Thankfully I was actually in the living room when that happened, and mind you, at that time, because the living room was empty, empty again, I was not really in my living room, my whole apartment. It was just something else. They went trying next door because I told them the history of last time I had homeless people trespass this apartment. I'm not gonna lie, I'm almost 90% positive that it was one of the people that trespassed the apartment that did that, because one Caucasian woman and one black man. So like, you know, we connected it out. It is bringing me back. I didn't expect it to turn this way. It's fine. So they knock on their door. The person finally opened, and I could see by my window when I was glancing at everything that the man that was in that apartment fit exactly the description. Was literally the man trying to get in my apartment. So therefore, he was trying to trespass my apartment as well. Hey, I live in it. So it was very frustrating to know. I felt very unsafe hearing it, and I think that's why I had more than usual problem to go to sleep at night during my time remaining in the apartment. But hey, how can you sleep when you think that maybe somebody's gonna get into your place again? Of course, I got some things, I got some alarms in the meantime, stuff like that to feel safer. I was still like a little paranoid over the situation. Next day, the same night when I came back, they did put some of the stuff out. I was not expecting it to turn this way. I tried to make some notes because it's been a long time. I know it's not a very fun video, but I think sometimes, you know, you do gotta talk about things seriously, because I'm always like trying to make a joke and stuff. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I would still make a joke about this, but even talking through it, I realized how I cannot try to make a joke about it, because I had my first panic attack. I had the first time somebody's tried to even get into my place, so it was just a lot at some point. Because that apartment, around that time, my first thought was, I gotta go. It's easy to say I gotta go when you don't have another place to go to, you know. So I was trying to actually start apartment hunting already. Unfortunately, the finances were not financing. I had to stay there, but then I'm not feeling safe there. So it was just a lot out of that. Me staying there when I don't even want to stay there no more. Boom, eviction notice. Other than the PTSD at every noise that I was hearing in that apartment, the mailbox at some point one day was also really busted. I already have a situation in my house, not a complex as a situation, really a sign to letting me know that I do gotta move the fuck out of here. I also noticed that there was always a rat. I'm not trying to just trash that apartment and that complex. I'm not gonna name drop. I have a dad over there, so that's going to be paid when, I don't know. It's hard though. It's hard. I started seeing rats in February. Weirdly enough, also the same month that I got evicted. So I guess it was really time for me to wrap it up and go. I would never recommend anybody to live there. I was questioning myself about why is there so many homeless people getting to this apartment, because there must be something, what's going on. And I realized that there's a lot of motel. The PTSD is real because I heard a noise and even though my door is double locked bay. There's a lot of motels by that complex. Putting two and two together and seeing that a lot of them were always in bicycles, passing even the streets and stuff. So I was like, oh, that makes sense, especially because the gate of the apartment was always broken, so people can just walk in it. And even sometimes when I was parking my car, at some point when I was working, coming in the morning, I would sometimes park my car and see that somebody is riding a bicycle, and I could tell it was a homeless person, and I staying in my car an extra time before getting out. So it was just a lot of homeless people in that area. So I think that was a factor that I didn't know at the time when I moved there. And I wish I knew, child, because I would have never. Because yes, at the end of the day, like I said, I got evicted from that place for a different reason, which is finances. But that place was not safe. I would not recommend somebody that I care for, somebody that I know, to live there. Give it a 1, but actually a 0. I had never called 911 so much. Mind you, I lived there from just June 2022 to end of February 2023. It was very stressful and I couldn't really even talk about it. Only my close friend knew about that situation. I also felt like with the fact that I was being evicted from there, let me wait, because I feel like it could be portrayed that that's why I'm thinking this way about the apartment, you know, but it has nothing to do with that. They evicted me for, I wouldn't say a good reason, but I understand the reason. They evicted me because the financer was not financing and I owe them money. I get it, but at the end of the day, I had bad living condition there because of everything that surrounded the place. Am I doing better? I guess so. Not really, because I still have PTSD when I hear noise even in this apartment. But nobody ever tried to trespass this one. I wouldn't say everything is popping, but I'm trying to survive. Life is lifing right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. In this moment, my financial situation is not the greatest. It could be really better, but I just know something better is in store for me. Didn't know I was gonna do that. Oh my God. I'm learning, child. I'm learning how to ask for help. So if you're trying to help the dog, help me out by any means necessary. The link is in my description. I take Venmo. I don't take Venmo. I take Cash App. I take PayPal. I take Zelle. If you know me, I take Zelle. Honestly, if you cannot help, because everybody have something going on. Everybody have his own story, his own situation. Sending me some love is enough. It's okay. You're hearing me, you're listening, it's fine. Commenting, comment. It's okay. And don't you ever feel bad because you cannot help. In that situation, it's me. Don't you ever feel bad because you cannot help out even your friend, your family, like anyone, because you gotta be able to help yourself so you can help other people. I had to also learn that myself. Like sometimes I'm trying to help my people, but I'm like, damn, I don't even know how I'm gonna pay the light bill this month. I don't even know when I'm gonna buy groceries or something like that. Those daily life questions. If I cannot do this, how am I trying to help that person do something different? If my needs are not even something I want, but the needs, rent, the light bill, groceries, you know, if you don't have those met, how can you help somebody else? You gotta help yourself so you can help out someone else. So I'm currently asking if you can help me out in the meantime, because life is lifing real hard. I'm not even getting into every details. I'm just getting into details about that particular story because that was the worst apartment I ever lived in. If you can help me out, great. You cannot, great, because the fact that you watch this, you're helping me out in a different way. You know, you're here, you're supporting, you're engaging with me. Please engage with my content, comment. If you could share, lovely, because sharing is what caring, honey boo. I don't know when I'm gonna see y'all again, because I don't know what my next video will be. I don't know what my next content will be. Just the bell so you can always be tuned for another video. That's all I gotta say. I hope you'll be okay, and I know we're gonna be okay, and I know we're gonna make it. Trust and believe. I'm gonna make it, so you are going to make it too. I don't want to end the video. My God, I missed y'all so much, but hey, guess it's a wrap. I don't want it to be a wrap. Review, post, no bars.